and welcome. I am Scarperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Shrike, our level 24 Stalker. We are about 15,000 experience points away from level 25, and we are trying to defeat our evil double. So we're in this story arc for Field Agent Keith Nance, and we are fighting evil doppelgangers. We've fought two of them already. It seems like maybe one is truly evil and the other one is perhaps just misguided. And we are going across the zone again. It seems to like to ping pong me back and forth between all the way on the western side and then on the main island. I've noted this, by the way, in my scrapper videos. These ships that float in the sea. I mean, the ships are cool and all, but it is just so creepy to see ships going with like nobody on them. Now this one isn't too bad because there is an interior, but a lot of times they have like just like a rowboat with nobody in it just sailing out into the sea, and it's just so creepy to me that these things are like sailing with nobody on them. It's almost like it's something out of the Bermuda Triangle. Alright, so this is where our double has been working out. Even though they managed to bring this base back to full operation, you'll see that they cause no more harm. That is true. I'm going to kick my double's butt and all of her freak show accomplices. Yeah, they always manage to get that dull pain off at this level. Eventually I'll be doing so much damage they probably won't get it off. That was true with my scrapper as well. That one didn't get it off, so that's not too bad. Okay. Whoa, no, I don't want that. I want to move that and take that. There we go. Oh, somebody got up. Wow, a lot of pain. He rezzed and he healed. So it's like you have to kill him 2.5 times. Of course, I'm even worse. You'd have to kill me like 4 times. Because of how much damage mitigation and how much healing. Oh, wow. Wow, this is rough. This is like an extra size spawns here. You know what? I've been forgetting to use Placate a lot, because I have it over there, I think. One of the problems with it is it's hard to use unless you're down to like the last guy in the spawn. Mainly because if you try to Placate, and then as you've seen in these videos, if you try to Placate, of course I missed him while he was doing dull pain. Why am I missing so much? 85% chance or something. Look at this. One spawn and how hard it is. Now how come that didn't let me do an assassination? Was it because he shot me? Yeah, the extra one mob in the spawn is brutal. Why are they spawns of 4? I don't have this on +1. That's weird. Well, you can't pull with a Stalker, so we're just going to have to go in and tough it out, I guess. And we're just going to have to fight like 8 guys. There's just nothing we can do about it. Man. This one might kill me, I don't know. See if we can do a little more damage. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. You can certainly survive it. But man, and there was even two guys that didn't come. If those two had come, it would be even worse. Yeah, they always make you have to strike 3 or 4 extra blows. Hidden. Alright, so now we can assassinate. This guy we should be able to one-shot. Then we knock that guy over and just pound him. There we go. We're lucky more of these guys did not res. And it's just a random chance. I think it's like maybe a 15% chance or so that when they drop, they res. One shot, even without build-up. That is nice. So that focus is doing 50 damage. Oh yeah, they've got like 25% resistance to lethal, it looks like. Now why'd I switch? Because this guy was almost dead. And I knew that that crit could do a one-shot kill. Look at all these guys. I knew that crit could do a one-shot kill on a fully healthy minion, so I figured I may as well do all the damage at once. I cannot believe how many spawns have 4 guys. And they're right next to each other too, so if you're not super careful, you're fighting 8 guys at once. 9 if you include the fact that they can res. Let's take this guy out for good. Yeah, if this was like 3 yellows instead of 4 oranges, we'd be okay. I mean, we're okay now. It's not really a problem, but it would be a lot easier. Right, so for one example of how it would be easier, we'd get them taken out more quickly and there'd be less dulling of paint, shall we say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On to the next level. There could be up to 3 more after this. As I've said many times, 5 is the maximum number of levels in these interior missions. Wow, there's 2 bosses here. Well, hopefully that one won't get involved in this fight. Do a little extra damage. Wow, man, 1 hit took me halfway down. Now 1 hit won't take me halfway down again, because because I've got dull pain going, so that increases my hit points. So my max is now what? 1,000. Okay, and so one mistake you got to be careful not to make is to just run up to this guy, and then if the other one reses, you've got 2 of them on you. Right, so you just got to be a little careful. And now since this guy's alone, let's hasten up. As soon as this recharges, we can placate. And now we assassinate him again. Come on, what's going on? Gotcha. Yeah, of course he dulled pain. But that is awesome. And then Placate's going to recharge pretty well because of Hasten. So that helps us out. You can see why, by the way, people went perma-haste, as they called it back in the day. You can't do this anymore. But back before enhancement diversification, when you could 6 slot something like Hasten, and all 6 slots would count, instead of having reduced effectiveness the way they do now. Back in those days, people would 6-slot hasten, and with it 6-slotted with green enhancers, you could stack it so that it would refresh before it ran out, and so you'd be constantly hasted. And so it would be like you constantly adding an extra single origin enhancer to every one of your powers for recharge. And that was super useful, because then you didn't have to expend enhancement slots to do the recharge. You could use them to do more damage. I mean, people used to do things like, and I've mentioned this in the Scrapper video, they would 6-slot, they would perma haste, right? So they would 6-slot hasten. I'm not going to wait for this thing to recharge. They would 6-slot hasten, and then they wouldn't bother slotting recharge. And then they would 6-slot stamina, so they wouldn't bother slotting. They wouldn't bother slotting endurance reducers in their powers. And then they would get something like, they would get things like, say, leadership or maneuvers or whatever it is that gives you a 2-hit buff. And they would 6-slot build up for recharge, right? Or 5-slotted or something, so that you're permanent haste, permanent build up, so that you're always on 2-hit debuff, you're always on recharge buff, 2-hit buff, you're always on recharge buff. And then they would just 6-slot for damage, because they didn't need accuracy because they had build up, and they didn't need recharge because they had hasten, and they didn't need endurance because they had 6-slotted stamina. And if you did that, you were doing triple damage, right? So instead of, this attack focus doing 62 damage, it'd be doing like 150. It was incredibly effective. And that's why enhancement diversification happened, because the developers looked at that and said, no, this is not how we wanted you guys to do slotting, where you're just putting 6 damage on everything. Am I getting some lag? Just felt like it was jerking. Okay, I don't know, where are we supposed to go here? Find my mirror self. Well, where the heck is she? I have no idea. Yeah, it feels like it's jerking there. Well, what the heck? I don't know, guys. Is my mirror self on a lower level? That would be weird. There's nobody in here. And there's nothing to these levels. My other self can't be in any of these levels, can she? No. Well, we may be in yet another bugged mission. There's been a lot of bugs on this server. I mean, I feel more than what there is on Homecoming. Oh, is she here? There she is. She's waiting for me. How'd she end up over here? Well, honey, say goodnight. Why are you not letting me attack? Okay, well, I'm going super speed. And I'm going to queue up an attack so that as soon as you're attackable, you'll get smacked. Are we going down the elevator? Up the elevator? Where'd she go? Did she run through here? That's ridiculous. I was right with her. She shouldn't have been able to beat me like that. That's absurd. And I had super speed on and she didn't. Oh, come on. Here we go. Alright, well. Assassinate again. Okay. Fabricate. Assassinate. She's put up a better fight than she did last time, I'll give her that. But she's not self-healing the way she should. And that's the end of her. Got enhancement. Got a recipe. Got a clue. The end of my evil double. I was able to defeat my evil double. This time they couldn't teleport away. However, after a few moments, their entire body began to go into wild spasms. Something inside of them snapped, killing them instantly. You search your mirror self only to find a set of orders. Tiger Shrike, you know what you must do. Ruin the reputation of the real you, then kill them before our plans are complete. Okay, that's weird. I've done this storyline before, but I don't remember it, because it's been like 9 months. And now we gotta go back to him. Why won't he give me his phone number? That's a little strange. I mean, we're all the way at the max in friendship with him, so it's a little weird that, I guess maybe because he's a secret agent, he doesn't give anybody his phone number. You know what I mean? He's like super secretive. He doesn't become friends with anybody. You're just a confidant. How many enhancements did we get? We got a couple. Not a lot. I do so love having hide. I can just ignore everything. That's awesome. Alright. And we've leveled up, guys. We're level 25. We're now halfway to max level. Tiger Shrike, good to see you. Your other self arrived in time to help my superior, Jenny Adair. Your double is now awaiting further orders from us. I saw everything that happened in that base with your evil double. Agent Adair has told me that this proves her theory correct, which means the case is now in her hands. So now we get to a new contact, which is Special Agent Jenny Adair. And, oh, we're still in this story arc, I guess. So, we'll have to see her later, because first, we are going to Luminary and level up. And we're now level 25, so we get a couple more slots. Still feel like I'm starving for slots at this level. Do we want to finish up Reconstruction? Do we want to finish up Focus? I think I'm going to finish Focus. You know, it really doesn't matter, because we're not putting anything in them yet. So, we'll just do one of each. Okay, guys, let's see. Oh, this is too short to stop now. We'll keep going. So, well, there's Mercedes there. Jenny Adair. Let's continue this story arc. I don't know why Mercedes has me on a story arc of hers. I have not started it. And it is a little annoying that if you just call the contact to see what they're offering, it starts you on the story arc. That's kind of annoying. It shouldn't do that. And the reason I say that is, I mean, nowadays you can have multiple story arcs, but in the past, you could only have one or two. And it shouldn't start you on a story arc unless you want to start on it. It should never force a story arc or a mission on you, in my opinion. So, Tiger Shrike, Agent Nance may or may not have introduced you to me, but let me make it official, shall we? I am Agent Jenny Adair. I believe I have you to thank for my timely rescue by your double. Let's get down to business. The events that transpired between you and your evil double had made me curious about a theory I have. The presence of fifth column technology only proved further to support my theory. I believe I know who is behind all this. So what's your theory? I believe we're dealing with a man named Agent Jaeger, aka Protean. He's a shapeshifter who once fought against the Freedom Phalanx. He also did some work for the fifth column. Protean was believed to be killed by Manticore. I never believed that, of course, as I have a mind of my own. Someone like Protean doesn't simply get shot with an arrow and die. I believe he has been biding his time, and now he's on the move. He's notorious for trying to ruin the reputations of heroes in Paragon City. It looks like you were his next target, Tiger Shrike. However, something doesn't add up. What's the issue? Who exactly were you fighting all this time? Protean shouldn't be able to copy your powers. excuse me, which means he has help now. This concerns me. Our assignment is to find out everything we can about what Protean is doing and put a stop to him. Understood. Okay, so mission looking through the glass, part 1. So here's the situation, Tiger Shrike. We're aware that Protean has ties to the 5th column. He used those ties to support his evil double of yours. We are concerned about how deep his connections to the 5th column run. Has Protean become a major player within the group, or is he just using them? Your double has been doing some investigating on the side and discovered the location of the 5th column base here in Talos Island. That base should have records pertaining to the dealings the 5th column had with Protean. We need you and your double to go in there and get any information you can. We're on it. Okay. Objectives within this mission that are marked as mission objectives will be goals that your double is working on. Okay, so the Protean is the evil double, and I guess the good double, or the non-evil double, is the me that lived in Paragon City while I was in Pretoria. So I'm from Pretoria. There was a Tiger Shrike on this Earth who is similar to me, maybe not quite as heroic, but not as evil as Protean. And then there was Protean who copied us both and was trying to frame us for evilness. And that's the way that story is going. So we're going to go over here and see if we can find some information on Protean. Well, the fact that it's Protean explains... Oh, shoot. Darn it. I got hung up on a bush. The fact that it's Protean explains perhaps why the evil Tiger Shrike wasn't using regen powers. Maybe Protean doesn't have them. Alright, so defeat the 5th column, sell, and destroy the base defenses is the mirror's objectives. Alright, well, let's see how we do against 5th column. Should be alright. They don't have any particular special defenses. And they do not regen like the Freak Show, so that'll make them easier. Hello, Placate. And Assassinate. That is awesome. So you can basically do a full-on assassination of 2 out of 3 guys in a spawn. The first guy while you're hidden, the second guy placated. That is so awesome, isn't it? I love doing that. I really should do that more because it makes it a lot more efficient. I'm just still, guys, thinking like a scrapper and not a stalker. Okay, there's nobody in here. And with a scrapper, you just run up and start pounding. With a stalker, you can use placate and stuff. You don't have to pound. Right? You can do better than that, in a sense. So I'm going to try to do that more. Oh, by the way, guys, we got another row of inspirations. Or another row of inspiration slots. You placate. We'll just crit this guy because Assassin's Claw was not recharged yet. That's because he slowed me down with his cold gun. Man, I remember when I didn't realize that the cold guns were doing that to you. And I think I told the story in my Scrapper video, but I'll tell it again. I was with a bunch of friends. We were probably around this level. Maybe not this level. Maybe we were like 18, 17th level. And, you know, I was pretty used to my timings on my powers and, like, what my character could do. And we ended up, like, facing a whole room full. It was a large group of, like, 7 or 8 players. So we faced this whole room full of, like, I don't know, 25 5th column, many of whom had these, like, you know, ice guns, and they were, of course, shooting at us a lot, and I got hit by, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these guns at once, and they all did a slow to me, and, you know, I used my powers, and then they stayed super small for a really long time. It just never started recharging. I thought I was bugged. I even said, guys, I'm bugged. Like, what's the matter? What's the matter? My powers are just not, they just don't want to recharge. And they were like, dude, you're not bugged. These guys are debuffing your recharge rate. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. I was being very inobservant at that point, and I just didn't realize that what seemed to be, you know, guns that were shooting bullets would be slowing me down. And there's the boss. Okay, let's do a little extra damage. Look at that. That's a massive amount of damage to a purple boss. Done. Alright, so we've defeated him. And now we've got to to access the network. Okay, so let's head back. Is there somebody over there? Oh, there's some guys. Okay, we may have to defeat them. But let's access the network. Yeah, I shouldn't be using super speed in here, I guess. Was this glowing before and I didn't notice it? That's pretty inobservant. And that's the mission, guys. Pretty cool. Alright, so let's see what we get for a clue. Protean's information. So this is the 5th column, knows who he is, Anton Jaeger Protean. His abilities, he no longer can shapeshift into his original form. He's heading operations to retake a clone laboratory in the Rogue Isles, and he's provided a clone of Tiger Shrike to use in operations, as well as hiring out bands of freak show. Interesting. So this is a clone of me that we're dealing with. And now we're going to go back to Jenny, and I think that'll probably be it for this episode. Let me just check. Yeah, it's 27 minutes, so we'll stop here. Oh, wow, look at that. That is an improved accuracy enhancer. Sweet. We will put that on focus. Actually, that was pretty boneheaded of me. I should have just added that to the bear slot in focus, and it would have even increased my accuracy more. Oh well. Dark Astoria, 3 miles. Yeah, I miss Dark Astoria I miss the original Dark Astoria. They completely changed that zone into a zone where like signature story arcs and stuff take place. It used to be like a level excuse me. It used to be a level 20 to 30 hazard zone, I think, or 25 to 35. Okay, so we got a clue. She says, good to see you made it back, Tiger Shrike. Your double reported a few minutes ago. The files you found on Protean reveal some troubling news. He's beginning to work his way up the chain of command in both the 5th column and the Council. Archon Burkholder was once a member of the 5th column until the Council took over. Protean's actions can only mean that he's trying to break up the power of the Council, but why? Protean isn't someone who would throw his allegiance behind anyone besides himself. He's trying to lure Burkholder away with clockwork plans. That can't be right at all. Give me a moment, Tiger Shrike. I'll make some calls. Alright, so we will continue this storyline in the near future, but until now I'm going to stop. This is I've been Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes.